So, today we have two separate islands that we need to connect in order to get civilization working properly. And there already is a couple of houses set up here, but the stuff they want is really expensive right now. So we're just going to ignore them for a little bit and probably start over here on this island because there's a lot of greenery we can work with. So first things first, we need to get the basic necessities in place like water and then wood that can go down here in the midst of all the trees. And then to fuel the wood operation, we need apples. So we have a whole orchard right here. So we can get this road in place like there, connected to the trees. And then once we get all the roads, oh, that's so close. But all the roads go in place for the water to be delivered all the way to the orchard. And then it starts working. And then the apple gets delivered to the lumberyard, so we are starting to get raw wood. So right now our first population goal is 450. So let's make sure we can get people set up for that. And there is a stone over there that we're gonna need as well. So we'll just get this in place for right now, and then find a good spot for the city center. Probably up here. I think we can work with all that. And since that is so far away, we can make use of these highways that connect right here, and they can go a massive distance all the way over here. That should look good. And it can also transport two resources at once. So I like that even better. Oh, that's so close. It's honestly kind of annoying how close that is. But if that's the case, we'll just section the road like so. And now apples can be transported along the highway to the stone quarry, which actually works really well. I love that. And then out of this little node is where we can set up the little neighborhood. So we probably want a small road like this to connect to the city center, and then it can go up and around it to get to where all the houses will be, such as right here. And then we'll just get a couple of houses going behind it like so. So when the road stretches out, we can wrap it around to the other side of this, figuring out where the houses are going to go. And that lets us make a fun little neighborhood, which can also go directly on the other side of this road. So we should probably just stop and wait until all these things get built, which we also need to set up a lumber or a sawmill to do. And we also can't connect buildings to highways, so we have to keep that in mind. But the sawmill going right here should be okay. And then here, we'll also get a storage in place for the orchard, as well as a sawmill. And I know that these people are going to demand a lot of water, so we're going to get a storage in place over here, just off of the highway. And I think actually the storage would be better over here for the food, since they're gonna need a lot of that as well. Which let's also set up a water thing over here, because yep, there they go, they're already demanding water. And this one can just be 88% efficiency right now, I think. And you know what? 2 of them should be okay, because they don't cost anything. So now we have a pretty good network for setting up all the delivery of these houses' needs. But I'm also not exactly... Oh, you want furniture already? Okay then. I didn't think that was gonna be happening so fast. We need a workshop for that, or a tool maker thing. So let's have a little bit of industry spot down here for that. And yeah, that guy didn't get his chair. Oh gosh, they want more chairs. Why do they want chairs already? Also, the orchard over here kind of stopped working. Why are you not delivering water? Why is all of this standing still? I don't know what went wrong here. Okay, just had to delete a road and now it's working again. And thankfully this truck is able to keep up with the transport on the highway. And this warehouse is constantly empty, but it also means that no food is being transported to the lumberyard here. Why though? Do I need to delete this road too? Or maybe it's prioritizing storage. Oh wait, there one went. Okay, so they do kind of make it. It's just there's a weird priority system. As long as the work gets done, I'm okay with it. Because we need more tools to be made. There, it looks like a stack just went in, so tools are getting made. Good. Okay, so now that we have that, we can set up a furniture maker, which should that be in the same district? I feel like it can be. So the hammers go in. Oh, and it needs raw trees too, but thankfully those are making it. So now we have chairs. Ooh, 2 at a time. I like that. Okay, so now we can fill those needs, and then we'll just connect the roads over here to make that a little better. And then we can get 2 more houses on the end here. That looks good. This is a cozy little neighborhood. Oh, but this node is getting very busy. So some of the trucks are losing resources. That's not good. Let's set up a storage over here that's gonna be furniture, because there's a lot of space that takes up. And we might need a second lumberyard to keep up with demand. Thankfully, another one of those is very easy to do. if we just space it out very far away so they don't interfere with each other as much. And then in between them, we're gonna need a forester. So that should go good there. And then here, we'll get more water over here because there's gonna be a lot of demand for that really soon. And then because there's gonna be so much water going through here, we'll set up another water storage just outside of them. Oh, probably here. I think here's gonna be good. So this little guy right here is going to be very busy. So now we actually do have the capabilities of upgrading this city center as long as we get these materials, but I think it's gonna be easier if we just make a second one. And I want to find real estate that isn't going to be used a whole bunch. So I think we can set up over here, maybe? Before we do that, let's get another orchard in place because there's going to be so much food demand. Even though we have a full warehouse, that's not going to stay full forever. And I'm also going to redecorate this road so we can build up this way more. And I think right over here is going to be a good spot. So we'll just start the wraparound like so to begin with. And then the houses will stem out from there, right next to the orchard. It'd be kind of cool to have an orchard in the backyard, honestly. But all these can go around like so, and then up here for almost everything. Just need one more road to go out here, and I probably need to decorate that house a little bit better, so this neighborhood gets connected better. And so there's a second little neighborhood. Plus, it's still not too far from the chairs, so they shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. It would be nice if there was a bridge, though, so the highway can just go under and then transport can still go up and above. But now, let's see what we need for the second tier of society. We need a... what is this? A sawmill? A carpenter workshop. Since that needs the tools as well, that can be right in here, and I should probably set up another storage for the tools, because those tools are going to be in very high demand. And we'll also redecorate this road so I can build more out this way. But now suddenly the chairs are not being built. You know what would be a good idea? Having this lumberyard connect to over here. So that way that can be transported fully that way. But also these lumberyards are not getting the food anymore, even though it's full. As a matter of fact, everything has stopped moving for one reason or another. I feel like that has something to do with the highways and where the storage is. So maybe we need a second storage just next to the orchards so they have somewhere to offload. That should also probably help the production over here. Was that what I was gonna do here? I kind of forgot what this is gonna be for, but we'll have it be for this. Okay, they filled up this storage and now things are still not moving. Oh, wait. All of a sudden they're moving again because the people have demands. What, you think the lumberyards don't have demands either? Okay, now they're moving from that storage down to the lumberyards this way. That's very not what I wanted to do, but things are working again, so yay. Anyways, what I was going to do is set up a lumberyard down here, and having it be kind of next to things down here, I think is gonna be better. So we'll delete this road for now, and then just give enough room to get to here. So as long as the trees make it there, we should be good. And we'll actually move this storage, since it's empty, down to here, so it's next to all the production centers. But oh man, this node is very busy. So much so it keeps interfering with the highway. And man, there are so many people that want chairs all of a sudden. But at least our maximum population is over the population goal that we have. So as long as everything works, we should get there. It's just that there's a few people that aren't getting what they want. And the storage is also incredibly empty because for whatever reason, these lumber camps are very not prioritized. So I guess we need to prioritize them. There, so now it seems like they're getting the supplies that they need a lot sooner. And we're also producing so much food that the node here is filled up. That's honestly kind of funny. And it's only this guy that's dropping things, so I consider that a win. Okay, but now we are producing the planks, so that's good. What else do we need? We need the stone blocks. And so that takes tools and raw stone, so that can go over here. So we extend the road out this way just to have it there, and then you can go right next to it. And I think this was gonna be where the tools go, so yes, we'll make sure that happens. And then we'll also connect the spots over here, so the stone has an easier path to get to, which I guess we also need to set this for priorities, so the food actually reaches it. Thing is, we are still struggling a little bit with reaching everybody's needs in time, because they demand a lot of food, and the food warehouse is empty now, so that's not good. I feel like I should reorient the houses up here so we can connect the roads through here. So let's remove you to make that happen. And then you just connect straight to the orchard like that. And then we make sure to relocate these people. So now we have a better connected network. And there's a lot less of the bad sounds happening right now, so I think this is working. I just see a lot of flashes over here because there is so much transport happening right here. And it does make me wonder if it transports based on shortest distance, like lengthwise or time-wise. I should hope it's time-wise, but it also means that the highway is incredibly busy. You need a second truck going on here. But we are getting a big thing of stone blocks being made. So we should probably get storages for these things first of all. And there's a perfect little slot right here for that. So stone blocks go there, and then wood planks go here. And actually, this is everything that we need to get all the way to fulfill these people's needs as soon as we have them. But right now we don't. Or we do, but we don't have the means to reach them, which is why I'm excited for when we can get these ports so we can move across the ocean. But there are trains here too, which is really cool. And that's actually what we unlock next as soon as we get to our population goal, which we are very close to doing. And I think we need a second road going through here, just so the water has another path to go to get to the forester, which should also reduce some of the strain on this node point here. Okay, so we have full things here. We should upgrade the city centers now. Hey, and there's our population goal. So we unlocked a whole bunch of new things and the trains. I like trains. So this allows us to transport things over a big distance as long as we can connect them. And as long as we have space to actually transport things. A lot of resources in bulk. So the big things that need transporting is the food and the water. So I think a good spot to bring those in is up here. So let's bring this road up this way to kind of this level. And then just off of here, we can build a train station. But we need a spot for the train to arrive. And I want them to start over here. So the train can go up through here and then end up over here. So we are going to be redecorating these roads to be just a little bit shorter, because then the train will connect to here. Perfect. Whoa, and it's moving. Look at you go. You're not even connected to anything. But we can change that very quickly. Okay, so that's connected, and we need, let's see, we can set two things, I hope. Or I guess it's just one thing. But I want to see it work, so look at that, it's working. I see how this works, so it can move both ways. And it's too bad the trains can't go over water, because that would be the best thing ever, but it can't, which is really unfortunate. So maybe the food transport isn't the thing to use that with. Our next population goal is 750. Oh, we should probably upgrade the rest of these houses too, because that gives us more population to work with. But since they are going to have bigger needs, we're gonna need to set up wheat farms and bakeries for the bigger production needs. Like, not necessarily the coal quarry, but the charcoal maker. Or they can do the same thing. But that does make it a good point for setting up down here everything that we're going to need, so we can get the train station to make use out here. So let's disconnect this one because that's not really useful for anything. And can we connect this over to here? Oh, is that gonna delete everything? I hope that doesn't delete everything. It doesn't delete everything. The trains are completely independent. It works. Cool. So yes, you bring food. And then actually I could probably set up that train in a much better spot. The weird thing is there aren't any industries that need charcoal yet. Okay, there's a bakery. So we can get that going over here or somewhere close. We also need somewhere for the wheat field to go in, which I think could be good right here, as long as we get rid of these trees. So we can thankfully demolish all the trees, which sadly doesn't give us any wood, but it clears the space for what we want it for, which is wheat fields. So thankfully we have a whole bunch of this going. And honestly, the way the train is arranged is kind of annoying right now, so we're gonna delete that part of it. And it should be good down here. It actually fits perfectly. So we connect you like so, and then you bring food, and then you bring charcoal. Or do I have that backwards? So you load charcoal here, and then you load food here. Yeah, that's how that works. And the train transports automatically as long as the resources are there. Oh, that's amazing. I'm figuring out the trains, and then we need the bakery in place. So that can go right up here? Sure. And we do have the means to actually upgrade the storage space. So we should probably, oh, this is gonna hurt, but we're gonna upgrade the food storage because we're producing so much of it. Thankfully, it's a very quick change. And then I would like to upgrade, yeah, the water storage as well, which thankfully we make a lot of that, so it shouldn't be missed too badly. I don't even know if the train was really necessary here. I just like the idea of transporting coal by train. Simpler times. And thankfully, I haven't heard any bad sounds from civilization yet. Oh, but wait, those need barrels, which is this. Food and planks. Thankfully, we're making both of those. So let's bring that right over here, I think. Maybe facing the other way. That should be okay. Okay, so good news. We have a bunch of bread being made. So we should get the bread moving. Thing is, I don't know quite where to store it yet. Maybe we do need a train going up through here after all. Okay, so the train is actually so efficient that both depots are fully stocked, which is way ahead of the demand of the bakery. Do I need a second bakery? We are gonna need charcoal for other things. Let's set up a storage for the charcoal right over here. So that should be able to keep that moving very well. And then since we have everything in place, we can upgrade more of these houses for more people. And there's an iron ore down here that we're gonna need to be ready for. So let's get another train going that way, or at least be ready for it. One up there and then one up here. And then I'm just gonna set that in place so I can see the train run back and forth. Okay, so now we have a whole neighborhood of level 2 houses, and that raises the maximum population to 750. So since those are the priority now, we'll also prioritize this. And we have so much food stored up, there's really no reason that we can't get it all there. And ultimately, we don't need this storage unit here because all these upgraded houses don't need the basic food anymore. So if we upgrade the rest of these houses, then we can move this storage to be down here, since that's what the barrel thing needs. And sure enough, the demand of food is a little bit lacking. So we're definitely gonna need food storage up here now, or we put it back here. Yeah, let's put it back here. It's also not so much water that they need anymore either. But here, we are gonna set up a few more storage units, such as wheat over here, and then probably another bread factory up there. So let's see, wheat goes here, and I'm trying to think of how to arrange this so this highway node here doesn't get overwhelmed, which it looks like it's kind of doing for whatever reason. Although not terribly, it's mostly this one that's getting full. There really is no reason for the wheat to go this way, honestly, so I don't know why it's doing that. Probably because it's equidistant, but it really isn't, so I really don't get it. So with just a little more waiting, we have reached our next population goal, and that gives us the boats. That's perfect, which means we can build over here the way I've been doing it, because I mean, I could have just built over there, but this is still pretty fun. We set up a shipyard right over here with enough room for the boat to operate. And then right over here, up a ways, I should probably find a big, like, transport hub, which I think can stem from right over here because this node actually isn't being used too often. So I think what we can do is start a highway over here, and then it comes right up here to this node, which just suddenly got very busy, but it's also kind of where I want to go. So we set that up like so, get a little road right here, and then we connect the two, and now we have a shipping lane. Look at that go! And it seems to work the same way as the trains. So we set up, let's see, this is going to arrive with, I don't know yet, but over here we need planks and wrenches. So we probably need 2 ports here, but first we're gonna transport the planks. Or wait, no, the planks happen over here. I got that backwards again. So thankfully the highway is very quick at transporting the planks, and then they get delivered right over here, and then we really need to figure out the roads happening through here because this is just a very weird setup. Like, look at how these are arranged. So we need to, let's see, I think we need a road to come through here, up like this, and then down and around like that, and then up and over like this. Oh, hey, that actually kind of works. A weird little shoe bend right there, horseshoe bend, and then down like so. But these are weird because they're like right across from each other, and I don't like that. But then I think what we need to do is bring this road up like this, and then it can connect like that. And I think this road should have enough length to do that. That works. Now I bring that around like that, and then this up like this, and then these two come down like that. Okay, so all the houses should be connected together. Now we set up a highway down here. With enough distance from the town, we can start a highway to go very close to the shipyard, actually, which can thankfully reach there. There, now we can satisfy some of the needs of these houses, which I guess is the native population, according to the goal here, which we are nowhere near that, but I wasn't really worried about it. But now we have those needs being met, which is amazing. And I should probably offload the planks down here into a storage unit, so that can go right there. And then, yes, we do need another shipping yard for the wrenches, which are now available as soon as we can make iron. So the iron quarry is needed, which thankfully is what we had this down here set up for. So here we can upload the iron. And then to make the iron smelters, we need the charcoal again, but then that can go right over here. That seems like it should be a good spot. And then up here, we need food uploaded, but now there's a new need that's shown up. It's paper, which is what we need the wrenches for. But wrenches need a whole bunch of things. So paper, it takes the lumber and the wrenches. So I think we need another storage spot for the sawmill product, which, whoa, hey, we got that sentiment goal very quickly. I didn't even realize, but that's so many more things I have to focus on. I'm trying to get things situated here. Storage right here for this. It's a little bit of a roundabout way of getting it there, but it should be okay. Oh, I didn't realize I had storage right there for that. It would be nice if I could just seamlessly transport the products from one warehouse to another so I don't lose any product, but that's getting a good amount right there, so that should be fine. And then right next to it is where the paper factory can go. And thankfully, it just fits with all the other storage points that we have. So that works out very nicely. What else do we need? The wrenches. I don't even know if we're making iron yet. I don't think so. Because, oh, wait, I had this backwards. They need bread, not apples. Thankfully, the bread storage isn't too far away. Just a little bit of a whoopsie daisy. And then we also have leather furniture being made, which needs the leather place here. And we did unlock cows. We have cows. So I think the best spot for them is actually going to be be up here, as soon as we clear out more of these trees, but that should be okay. Oh, look at the little cows. They're adorable. So now we have a good thing there for cows, and then we need a leather factory straight from that. Just immediately nuking cows as soon as I get them. Oh, the tragedy. It should be fine if it's right here, right? I really can't think of anywhere else that I can squeeze buildings in right now. Or, you know what, right here. Is that really gonna be good though? I think what I'm gonna do instead is expand the industry down here, just to keep everything sort of sectioned off. So that should be good right there. Good enough anyway. I still need somewhere for the wrenches. So much is happening, I haven't even gone around to the wrenches yet. But now we are making iron bars, so that's even better. And it looks like our charcoal supply is keeping up. Is our bread supply keeping up? It really isn't, wow. But our wheat supply is. So, second bread factory going in, sorry cows. Ooh, but the cow just got moved on the highway there. Look at that, it's being transported right to the leather shop, so we're actually making leather. This industry expanded so quickly. Ooh, and that's our final population goals, 3,000. We should be pretty good about that. Did they have more needs down here? It looks like they do. They need raw leather, plus more wrenches, and I totally forgot about that. And they still need planks, so we'll keep that going. We need another shipping lane, which can be right next to this one, and then it can be right over here. So that's connected by road now, and then we bring this right around here. Hopefully they can crissy-cross, and thankfully they can, without crashing into each other. Good. So we need you to be raw leather, since that's what we're making right now, and then another one goes in to be the wrenches, and it all connects together right up here in a very weird fashion that way, but it works. I wonder if I could clean that up the way I can place roads. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You are wrenches. And thankfully we're making wrenches. I don't know how fast this takes. 10 seconds? That's not bad. But it does look like we are going to need a storage space for the wrenches. So that can go right back here, with the road extending down this way, because sure. And then at this point we can just connect the road straight to the coal factory. Coal factory? The coal quarry. Very easy. So if the coal does need to take a shorter path this way, then it can. Although I'm not sure it ever does. But I guess it is picking up the food from the train station here and bringing it elsewhere, so yay. Okay, this node point here is getting severely backed up. This is a way too busy intersection here. So here, let's split this road to have another point there, and then it comes up around like this. I'm hoping that lets the water handle better. Yeah, it's going around that way. Perfect. So that should ease up the strain a little bit. And then how are the people doing down here? We should probably set up more storages for their other needs as well. Oh, I guess these roads also need to be connected. Whoops. That should work better. You're a leather storage, and then over here will be a wrench storage as soon as I get those over here. And then we need the leather furniture crafted as well for the houses up here. But man, we lost that initial population very quickly. Oh, and this is a big space too. That's not what I wanted. This is just tedious at this point. But it can go right here, so maybe that'll work. But now this node is also incredibly busy. So I think we redecorate this road to be up and around like that, and then it can come up here to connect to that spot. So at least gives another point for delivery vehicles to come and pick things up. But now that point is busy for whatever reason. And the bread storage is entirely empty now. I also totally forgot I was gonna set this up as wrench storage. And I think at this point I can connect the, oh, that would also be a problem. I had no connection to the wrench point up here. Might have forgotten about that. But also this point is entirely busy, so what I was going to do was change up the roads down here, and then we can connect this point straight over to here. So now supplies can go along this track to get to the shipping yard, assuming that's faster. You know what? Maybe a highway would be better here. And it's also, for some reason, bringing food up and around to that point there. I have no idea where that logic is coming in. But yeah, since this road is only for transport, let's go ahead and get a highway in here to bridge the gap there, and then like this. That should work. And you know what? Food storage is gonna go in right here, just because I have no idea why they keep bringing the food down and around like this. And also, our cow production line is a bit choked up right now too. I probably need another train yard so we can bring the cows directly from here all the way down to the leather shop that they need to be at, which is here, which unfortunately takes even more road redecorating. Or you know what? It can just go right next to the other one down here. Ooh, and I can set anchor points here on the railroad tracks, so that should be a lot better for setting up the railroad to go like this. There we go. Okay, so you will upload the cows to the train network, and there's really nothing that needs to be delivered up there, really. You know what I totally actually just noticed that there is two. There's water pumps and seawater filters, which would probably be better. So we can get that right here, and it takes charcoal to function, which is thankfully right here. Once the charcoal goes straight through this, and then we'll get water storage right next to it too. So the train is something to bring back to the cows, because the cows do need water, and it's just so things can keep moving that way. Oh, but there's cows being transported down to the train yard down here, which there was already, but it's cool to see it in action. And I guess the cows also need a storage. That's so weird to think about, but it's a thing. The only thing I'm worried about now is that this node is going to get a little busy, but we are getting there, and leather furniture is being made, but it is very slow. And I think they've graduated from wanting the regular furniture too. So this storage can be shifted down to here and bigger. And I guess we'll get a regular storage up here for the leather furniture just so we can keep it there. And they really don't need water anymore. So let's just get rid of this. That should clean up all of these node points right here, assuming that this node can clear out at some point. Oh, but this charcoal appears entirely empty. I think we need another quarry. So we can put it in right here as long as we clear out this node. Oh, we can't. But we can move it right down here as long as we connect it to a road. So that works. And it looks like the island over here is experiencing a lot of shortages too. So it looks like right now where the bottleneck is how slow this iron smelter is going, because we're not keeping up on the tool demand. And while the system is nice, there is a whole lot of it needs to go over here before it can go back up there. So I think we need a highway stop in the middle. So let's demolish this road and this one, and then repaint this one to come up here. And then the highway can connect to that on both sides. That should be a little better, I think. Yeah, because that also means the cows can come through here too. Oh, and the cow storage is entirely full, so all we're waiting on is tools. And for whatever reason, the bakery is egregiously slow, because I think the charcoal things are a bit behind, so we need to prioritize these now. Is there anything we can deprioritize? We don't really have much prioritized to begin with, so I think not. That would also explain why the food wasn't going down here. And I think we do need to prioritize the leather maker too. The iron tool maker and this. So that should mean that those resources move sooner, I hope. And there's coal over here too that we can make use of. So we'll get a few things for that. Storage up here like this. Do we need an orchard over here? I think we need an orchard over here to fuel that. So that can go like this. And then water over here, of course. And then all these get connected. So once charcoal is delivered here, we can transport it by boat to the other island where all the industry is and bring it right up to the shipyard up here in a very close-knit pattern. So that should help with the charcoal demand as soon as I get connected by road. And that is a lot of charcoal that can be transported at once. I love that. It is also really cool to just dial back and see all the different transport systems that we have going on. We got roads, highways, trains, and boats. Oh my. And now all the charcoal is being transported to storage over here and everything else that's needed. Perfect. So hopefully that means we get a lot more bread. And I am hearing no more. Okay, there's a few bad things, but we are starting to get population back. It was down to 300 before. I think the other issue is that 2 orchards is no longer enough up here. So we'll get this one up like this. Apples are still here, so I think that's what's needed, but no, it's bread. And the bread is also in so much demand that the storage is empty. Yikes. And this node is the busiest of them all right now. Like, I don't even know where the apples are going, but I don't think it really needs to go through here if there was another way. I guess we could set up another shipping lane just for apples. So we get storage up here for that as well, and then upload apples to the shipping lane. And we need somewhere for it to go, so I think it's mostly needed down here. Okay, so that should work a lot better. Actually, the storage doesn't need to be here. It just needs to move the apples down the line. Oh, but this node is always full. I wonder if it'd be better to just set up these people with their own little leather farm. And we just need 3 more houses to get to that goal. So 1, 2, and 3 should do it. And then once those get built, we'll have a total population in that range. Actually, if the native population was up enough, then we get it, but they're also having troubles. So we should probably help them out by basically replicating the industry up here, with the small exception of setting up a proper stone mine down here that can make use of the bread being produced here, provided that we get a charcoal maker next to it as well, which should be fine being next to a city center, right? All it takes is food and trees, and we got plenty of those going right now too. Well, maybe not plenty, but we will. And then we get a stone tool maker set up here next to civilization, or maybe not over there because they need the next step of that, but that can go up right here. And then right next to it will be this one, as long as we can get iron bars over here, which is kind of up here, but that does give us the opportunity to set up another shipping lane. So this will deliver bread and this will deliver iron. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the iron production up here on the main island, but perhaps it won't if we set up more iron quarries, which this one still gets 100% vent being right here, so that should work. And then make sure that the shipyard is connected, of course, with storage right next to it. And then we just keep working on this. All right, after a little bit of time, we have basically everything that the native population needs over here complete. The only thing that we're really short on is leather, but there isn't a whole lot of grass that isn't being used over here, so we might have to just suffer that. And it's been going so well that the native population is actually more than the normal population, or they're pretty close. We just have the problem of the basic needs up here aren't exactly being met fully, which is really unfortunate, but we should probably prioritize them in that case. And we can deprioritize this one since they don't really need the planks up here anymore. So we're looking at roughly an 1800 population right here, which is over halfway to our goal. And I think they're both on the up and up. And thankfully all the highway nodes are pretty clear. The only thing that's really struggling still is this one right here, but that's just because a lot of wheat and bread passed through here. Even though I did set it up to go through there is still a storage over here, and they also kind of have to go that way anyway, unless I connect up here and then delete this one. Maybe that can clean that up, but there is a whole bunch of everything going through there, so it's not making too much of a difference. But now we're a little over 2,000 population here, and you know what, since we are factoring in the native population into the population goal, I think anyway, we can remove some of these houses to reduce the strain on the demand, to bring it just low enough that everything can be managed. And I did place down a few more wheat things up here, so thankfully our wheat storage is full now, and it's also moved over so there's less strain on the nodes. Also, look at how many chairs are stored up here now that they're not being needed. Oh, if only I had that much leather, which I would have if I had more tools being made. All right, I did notice we have an abundance of tools over here. Plus, changing around things a bit, we can get cows situated in here thanks to the wheat field that we have set up. So I think this island can have its own leather production, which means that the shipping lane we don't have to worry about anymore. All the leather that was going there can be saved for the furniture over here. That should hopefully help that. And they are making their own tools, so that shipping lane can be cut down too, which sadly loses all of this product. Well, we can keep it there till it's empty, if they ever get around to emptying it, and we're not gonna miss it. And they are producing their own lumber too, so we could probably cut off this lane, even though I'm not really sure what the use is for planks over here anymore unless we build more houses, which we could do, but I'm more worried about filling the population that we do have access to. And we still need paper. So you know what? Should we actually set up that shipping lane again, but tools go the other way? I feel like that's what we need to do here. So the big tools go in here, and then they get brought up here, and hey look, we're actually filling storage now thanks to that. Oh, that's gonna help out so much. We are almost at maximum native population too, so that's good news. And just to ease up the train stations, we're gonna put in more storages over here. So that should work there. And then, wow, this emptied out super fast. No wonder the other spot was empty. Hopefully that doesn't... Okay, it looks like it is causing trouble for the tools necessities to be filled here. Oh, this is a heck of a back and forth. I thought the tools were developing down here a lot faster, but I guess it's because all the tools are being stored down here. All right, I doubled up the tool production, which actually means that we are starting to get some storage back in here finally. And if that's plus enough, we can set up the shipping lane again, but I want to wait and see because this is a good population. So if we can get this up to 1,400, that should be the goal. And it looks like we are starting to get a positive income on leather too, so that's good news. Just a little bit more. Okay, that is a lot of wrenches being made there, so we could send these up north. You know what, we'll do that really quick because I really want this trade system to work just a little bit more. Oh no, it's going down again. Why must this trade system fail me so often? And yeah, that storage got liquidated very quickly. Okay, fine, don't ruin a good thing. At least the storage up here is full now, so hopefully that works. Okay, finally, enough time passed. We got the population. Don't look at this number, we don't talk about it. You know what, we got one golden house. I can be okay with that, since that's just one level in all these other ones we have access to, including this massive archipelago thing, and this one doesn't even have trees on it. Interesting challenges, but that's what you can expect from mini settlers, which went into early access. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of this game, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, DVONX, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drip Along, Angel, Lily Bites, Miner Within, DeGarrity, Sands, V, Isaac, Killer Squad, Mousy, and Nicholas.